Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, but I have the NASDAQ futures on the chart. Seems like these are going to continue to melt up. I don't know if this is going to be good for Bitcoin or what, I guess they're going to go up, as I mentioned that the traditional financial markets probably have a good shot of doing something similar for most of the year. So that should be pretty decent for Bitcoin. You can see in this area, on this 4-hour chart in this RSI, you can clearly see what it's doing. Boom, it's coming down to reset itself to keep on going, guys. So, where is this going to end? That's a good question, guys. That's a good question. Looking at the NASDAQ, it's wave structure. It's heading towards that box. It's heading towards that box more than likely, guys. So, this is making for pretty confusing times in here because the S&P 500, you can see what it did with that wave, even on the daily chart. Look what that wave did, guys, on the daily chart. So it came down here, and you see that? Boom, boom. So maybe these are more bullish than I'm realizing, possibly, guys. So that'd be good for Bitcoin. Anyway, this Bitcoin chart, I'm going to go over Bitcoin, guys, and it's in a correction. I think there's going to be more downside all the way going into June, end of June. So second week of June, third week of June, end of June, maybe even going into July. That's the reality of it. That's what I'm going to tell you. I know some people who follow my channel don't like to hear that Bitcoin is going to be going down, and they just, start losing it. I commit a sin against the bulls. But this would be an opportunity, in my opinion, an opportunity for you to come back down here and maybe have a second shot back over here, because TradFi markets and the NASDAQ tech stocks just keep melting up. Like NVIDIA broke all-time highs, man. It's price discovery for NVIDIA. It's in a third wave, guys. Think about this. Think about this for a second. Let's go to the stock, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is going to carry most of that along. So NVIDIA is, did it break all-time highs? I think that it did. Maybe it didn't. It was pre-markets. Oh, yeah, it did. It did. So it did. It's up there. It's gapped up there to 380. So NVIDIA is in a third wave. So it still has wherever this is going to finish, and it still has 4 and 5 to go. Okay. Maybe the other ones too are like that, guys. So anyhow, back to Bitcoin. So it's in this area. I'm still thinking that Bitcoin is going to make a shot up to 28. Okay. Now, is there a small sliver that it could be done right there? It could, guys. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared if it does start making a shot out of there, but I'm also prepared for this too, guys. For this, I have algos and data tell me that Bitcoin wants to make this move down here. Okay. So it's not 100%, but data's pointing towards this down this way, guys. So that just would create an opportunity for you. And then in this section, if Bitcoin does make a move up to 28, go check your altcoins to see how they're reacting out of the bottom area of the coin. So what I'm talking about, guys, is not coins that are sitting at the bottom that didn't do anything since Bitcoin and the crypto market went bullish. I'm talking about the ones that made a nice wave, and they're over here in this other wave in a correction, wherever they at. And what are they doing in that section? Okay, guys? So if they pumped with Bitcoin once, they can pump again with Bitcoin. So, and this section right here, maybe up to there, and then, it could have another swing or something like that, guys, on Bitcoin. So like I said, another 30 days, could be boring times for the crypto market. Unfortunately, well, the tech stocks have their fun, man. Those guys are over there killing it. They're over there killing it. USDT dominance chart. Now, I'm checking this one out, and I think based off this chart and structure and looking at it, this is what I'll be looking for, guys. You check this area, you see how it's in this move right here, and you want to see this get way, way up there. So as Bitcoin is trending down, you want to see the USDT dominance chart get up there, and even see this get way up into the oversold territory. So it was there, boom, in this area. It might come back down. You might have another one like that. just like it was right here. Okay. And then it could do that trend back down this way, guys, is what I'll be checking out with USDT dominance chart over the month. Okay. DXY, a lot of people go DXY. DXY is affecting Bitcoin and the commodities, and tech stocks don't care right now. So there goes the risk on theory that the DXY is inversely correlated all the time to tech stocks or risk on assets. They're breaking the rule, You go back to 1990s, guys, the DXY was trending up bullishly for the whole 1990s. Well, there was a bull market going on, guys. So it's not 100%, but more goes with commodities. And it's looking like Bitcoin's falling more towards the commodity. It is considered one right now so far, right? And I do think that the DXY could go up to these areas, 106, 107, 105, 106, 107-ish for another month or so, guys, going in the end of June. And then looking for that. The DXY, in my opinion, this is like a connector wave area. And we could be maybe expecting, maybe not as aggressive as that, but something over there like that, guys, is what I'm expecting with the DXY. So the DXY is not, so since it's up in this strong bullish move, it's not affecting, like commodities, gold and Bitcoin as bad, because technically it's still bearish, right? This is just a correction, more than likely, of this leg, and to continue that. So this is a pattern that it's doing right in here, kind of like an A, B, and C, like that, guys, is how that is probably going. That's why it's not affecting excuse me, let me go back, affecting how am I say that? It's bullish, but it's not like crushing Bitcoin, if you will. So that's how I'm looking at that. And it makes sense. It makes sense too if you think about this, right? So you have the DXY like this, right? And Bitcoin made a massive run, and now it went here, and then it went down. Bitcoin made a little bit more of a run, and it can come up here for the next 30 days, and they can start doing that again, expecting Bitcoin over here in this area to start making another run. Okay, guys? So that's how I'm looking at. Same thing with the USDT dominance chart. Come back over here. USDT dominance is going to get way up there possibly, and then maybe make another higher high, but in the RSI, it'll be a lower high, right? In that area, kind of like right here for it to do that. And then you might see something like that. And then Bitcoin will be in this area, start making this move over here, guys. Okay. So this is an opportunity. This is not a time to start going, oh, it's bearish. This guy's saying Bitcoin's going down, and I don't like that type stuff, guys. If you want Bitcoin, okay, let's look at this reasonably. You want Bitcoin to go into a third wave blast, third wave moonshot, or a third wave smoke show over here. And that's a wave one. Okay. Excuse me. And this is a wave one right here, guys. That's a wave one. You want this to come down at least 50% of that wave, either logarithmically or on linear. Okay. On linear. So let's check this out right here. So 50% is right there, about 22. Put it on linear. 50% is 23.3, guys. Okay. You really wanted to do that to give you confirmation that it's 50, a second wave correction to go into third. Your most common area for crypto is 50%. That's the most common. Highest probability for it to hit 50%, 0.55, 0.618, and it goes 786. And some of the ones that are real volatile can go all the way down to 886 and 90% on a second wave. So that's really what you want. If you want to see the future be bright for Bitcoin to do that and make that move, that's really what you should want. That's what I want. I want to see this 50%. Okay, there it hits it. It's going to hit it. Oh, yeah, there we go. And start setting it up and getting prepared for that. Okay, guys? So no reason to panic. And the other thing is, too, guys, I'm like these people, sometimes people contact me. If you contact me recently, I'm not specific towards you and just seeing this overreaction to the markets. And it's usually not a good idea to do that. Just take a step back, strategize. Bitcoin's not going anywhere, guys. It might drop 3 or 4,000, right? Usually if you make, I think it's common sense, but I'm going to say it, is that usually if you do something quick in the markets, you usually regret that later. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that sold that wish they didn't sell, and there's people that buy that really didn't wish they buy because they did it hastily, if you will. Okay. So you just want to have a little bit of strategy. So what am I saying right now? I think the best situation, if you're looking for another trend up with Bitcoin, is to probably sit on your hands for the time being. Okay. Now, if you've been with me through here, you should be set up all the way through this whole section. Okay. This whole section. All right. Now, if you're late to this game, you're late to this game right now in crypto, like with Bitcoin, you're in a precarious situation. I'm gonna be straight with you. Like there's definitely could be some opportunities, but like you start buying in these areas, guys, that's you start, that's more risk. That's more risk. Okay. So in these areas, when I was in the videos last year, was the time to be getting in, to Phantom, to Quant, to Matic. So you could get yourself, you could have a strategy where you're already well into profits. Okay. Even on Gala. All right. People are panicking about Gala. And I'm like, why are people panicking in Gala? Well, it's because they're late to the party. They missed this and they're waiting for this. Okay. Here's Gala coin, right? Here's Gala. They miss. So here it is on Gala, but you got this move right here. So on Gala, it went up like so. Okay. 100 some percent. And now they're over here and they're late to it and they're expecting this and they don't know if this is going to happen, going down and stuff like that, or any of these other coins, guys. Okay. That's why I think it's really, really important to get into these coins when people, more or less don't care about them, or they're like, oh, it's just going to be going down. Like with Phantom, went through here with Phantom, 18 cents. And to buy it at 18 cents. And you'd still be up into profits. Okay. Caspa coin, looking at Caspa coin here, guys, just wait for this reaction to see what it's going to do. You want to see a higher low on Caspa to start playing with it. Double corrected, it looked like it went deeper than expected. But this is a bullish asset, guys. Look at it. It's up and to the right. Okay. So take a zoom out into a daily chart or a weekly chart. Let's take a look at a weekly chart on these assets, guys. Let's take a look at a weekly chart. You have a third wave right there, guys. Clearly a third wave. Yeah, a third wave peak, and it's coming down for another wave. Okay. So you have a bullish asset. So kind of zoom out, stop focusing so much on the day-to-days to make the emotions to come in and take over and potentially make a not so good decision. Okay. That's how I'm looking at that. But I think things are looking pretty darn good for the market. It's just in a correction right now. So I'm looking at how the market is going down and the crypto markets are going down, right? So all the cryptos. So here's MicroStrategy on a weekly, and I'm still expecting more downside for MicroStrategy. So more likely Bitcoin has more downside. I'm still expecting more downside, a bounce on GBTC. So Bitcoin probably has more downside. Where's Riot? With Riot, I went over this right down here. I'm expecting Riot blockchain to make a move down to those areas. Okay. And to get out of there. So, let me look at the volume that came in on Riot in that area, guys. That volume is as high as the volume back over here when it was in that wave. So I'm expecting that to go down. So it means Bitcoin more than likely is going to be going down too, guys. So I would just look at it as an opportunity. You're going to have to wait a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 5 weeks, and keep an eye on the other assets, the tech stocks. What are they going to do? Are they going to be going into a correction? This could last for a lot longer than people expect. This right here on NVIDIA, guys, 1, 2, and then this is going into a 3, and it could keep on going, price discovery, and keep the NASDAQ rolling and keep melting up. So maybe what was that guy's name? Dave Hunter was right. Maybe this is melting up to new all-time highs. The NASDAQ has a shot to do that. The NASDAQ has a shot to do that, guys. It really does. I think it's going to do it right now? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is going to melt up to all-time highs, guys, on the NASDAQ. Let's go back to the NASDAQ. And if the NASDAQ is going to do that, that's a pretty long way to go. 27%. I'm still looking at this area, just regular cash NASDAQ composite, guys, like 13.9 to 14 was what I was checking out for it. It's just going to depend on how these are all going to play out. This is kind of a surprise to me. I didn't expect it to be doing all this, guys, really. I mean, but at the end of the day is Bitcoin. How's Bitcoin going to be, going with this? So I still think right this area, guys, this area, this is the wave sequence I'm looking at for Bitcoin. So think about this reasonably, guys, right? People are like, they're bearish on Bitcoin, right? So they're expecting the 10K. But you take a look at this on Bitcoin, right? You got a 1, 2, this is a 3, 4, and a 5, okay? The reason I'm going with this is the 4 and this is the 5 is because that's the only thing that makes sense. So early on in this was a miscount. So what happened down here, in my opinion, is you see all this down here. You see all these down here. This is the extended wave. There's probably a couple 1, 2. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it extended that wave. So I'm more apt to say this is 1, 2. This whole thing's the 3, 4, and then this is your fifth wave up this way, guys. Okay, just like so. So this right here is your 1, 2, 3. That's a 4, and there's your 5. And now it's correcting that whole leg right over there. Okay, so if you're bullish on Bitcoin, okay, you're bullish on Bitcoin. This is prime time, guys. This could be prime time setup for the bulls, right? Because what could this be? 1, 2. And that's where you want to be, guys. And people are getting frustrated and they're getting negative, and not all of you guys. Some of you guys still staying positive, but you could be looking at a seriously good setup on Bitcoin, guys. That's undeniable. Don't let the bears fake you out. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe it's going down to 10K, guys, but it's not looking like it wants to do that at all. This way, this thing. Take a look at Bitcoin on this chart, right? I have Bitcoin on this chart. Like so. Does this look like, something, like that, 1, 2, 3, and then back down, like something like that? I mean, I guess that would look, I guess, be reasonable, but I'm kind of looking at that. But then I go, well, if Bitcoin is going to be doing that, that means GBTC is going to be doing that, right? So I go over here to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin buyers are going to tell me that that Bitcoin's going down to 10K. So that means GBTC is coming down here to $3. Okay. So now you have to go, okay, is this going to look right for GBTC? And it comes back down here. And then does that seem reasonable? It doesn't seem reasonable to me. So if Bitcoin's going to do that, then I come back over here to stocks. I go, okay, well, let's go take a look at MicroStrategy, MicroStrategy over here. Does it seem reasonable that MicroStrategy has its wave right here? So here's this wave. It's a 3-wave move. Let me put it on here like this, right? It's a 3-wave move. Boom, 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 back down to here. So now is MicroStrategy just going to go right here and then back down like that? Because that's what it's going to need to do. All these assets, all of them, MicroStrategy needs to go here. GBTC needs to go down. They all need to go down. And then in the meantime, you have this going on, and you have Tesla going on. You have Microsoft moonshining. You have Google going up. Now, not to say they can't correct, they're going to correct, and Apple, here's Apple, guys. Apple is like an area where you want to be careful of it. Like, because Apple is, you got a wave here, right? But do you see this wave? So this could be considered weakness for Apple, right? But if you go look at the history of Apple, so is this 1, 2, and it's making a third like NVIDIA? If you look at the history of Apple, guys, that's what it does. So here's Apple, right? In its wave. So you see this wave pattern that it's making on a weekly. Let me go to a monthly. I'll show you. I think it's better in a monthly. I'll show you. So you see, that's what Apple does, guys. Like, this is like super bullish, man. Like, here's this wave back here, wave, and then back down. And then you see, here's this highest peak. So you see how none of these are taking it out. You see that? It's not taking it out, but it's still going up. It's because these are here, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. And Apple's like going like this. Okay. So what do you do with Apple? You buy the dip. You buy the dip, guys. And more than likely, if you're going to be buying the dip with Apple and be buying the dip with NVIDIA, right? What do you think the odds are you'll be buying the dip on Bitcoin? Not financial advice. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.